Hi, my name's Steve, and my story begins in Binghamton, New York. When I was 15 years old, I went on an AIM trip to Peru, and it was there God called me to be a missionary.
My name is Jill, and my story begins in Glens Falls, New York. When I was 19, I went on an AIM trip to Ecuador, and it was there that God spoke to my heart, and He called me to be a missionary.
This story begins in Costa Azul, Uruguay. We were part of a team that helped plant a church there, and one of the first people that came was a girl named Natalia. Natalia had a crazy background. She was a psychic. She was involved in different spiritism groups, and when she came, God radically changed her life, set her free, and she went from a person that was always depressed and suicidal to a person just full of love and joy.
God changed Natalia's life so much that when she went home, her boyfriend, Marcelo, couldn't believe that she was even the same person. And he wanted to know what had happened to her, so he actually went to church to kind of investigate. And while he was there, he ended up giving his life to Christ too.
A couple weeks later, during our discipleship group, Marcelo shows up with his new Bible and asks us, are the 10 Commandments still valid for today? When he told him that they were, and they are great rules for helping us live a life that's pleasing to God, he pointed one out to us and said, this one says, honor your mother and father. He goes, I've never seen my dad. In fact, I haven't talked to him in 20 years. He goes, I need to go and make this right with him. And so he gets in his car, he drives 5 hours to his dad's house to go and reconcile with him. While he's there that day, he finds out that he has a 19-year-old daughter who he's never known about before, and he decides he needs to go and meet her. Jumps in his car, drives over to her house, and as he's pulling up, he sees this girl run out to him. And she runs up to him and she says, I can't believe it. I was just praying to God that I would meet my dad.
A few weeks later, Natalia and Marcelo decided to get married. They wanted to honor God in their relationship, and they ended up being the first wedding of our new church plant, so that was really exciting. All of their children were able to be included in the wedding, and they actually asked us to use our car to drive the bride to her wedding.
Hi, my name is Matt, and my story begins in Binghamton, New York. At a young age, I felt that God's purpose for my life was to live overseas telling others about Jesus Christ.
Hi, my name is Leah, and my story begins in a small town in Oklahoma. When I was in 3rd grade, I had a dream that if I could do anything in the world, I would want to live overseas and tell people about the good news of Jesus Christ. Our story begins at Valley Forge Christian College.
When we met, we realized that God had given us the same dreams and desires, and He had brought our stories together.
So after college, we got married, and we've been prepping for life overseas.
And the next chapter of our story will be in the Middle East.
We're going to be learning the language, the culture, and just living our lives with our new neighbors.
And we'll be sharing the truth and grace that is found in Jesus Christ.
Hi, my name is Corey. My story begins in Syracuse at the Youth Convention. I learned about missionaries and their need for cars, and when my family doesn't have a car, I know it's very difficult to get around. Going a day without a vehicle was really tough, and I couldn't imagine going a week or a month or a year, even 6 to 7 years, which the missionary in China did. That would be, I imagine, impossible for my family. My story continued in Webster, New York. When I got home from convention, the first thing I did is I talked to my parents about what I wanted to do. I decided to raise money by doing different yard work and different handiwork, like taking out stumps, putting in a garage door opener, pressure washing a deck, just a bunch of different work that people would ask me to do. While I was doing that work, I was thinking about the different missionaries that I could be raising that money for.
Stories are in small towns in Oklahoma.
Stories are in Webster.
Stories are in Binghamton, New York.
Stories are in Glens Falls, New York.
Stories are in Syracuse.
Stories are in Costa Azul, Uruguay.
Stories are in the Middle East.